Hello, hello. It's Neish, and this is Truthfully Tarot. How are you guys doing today? You know, I'm all right. I am definitely in a very interesting time in my life, and I don't know. Like today is one of them days, but we still gonna pull some cards. I'm still gonna get a message for Collective 17. I'm gonna post these really regularly, so I invite you to subscribe because who knows when one of these mystery messages are gonna apply to you. I'm definitely going live right now, more. So that's a time for you to jump on and engage. I'll put cards for you, all the things. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in with the messages. I felt to start off with the Moonology deck. So I'm gonna see what we're gonna get, and we're just gonna dive in, Collective 17. All right, so the first card is your commitment is being tested. The second card is emotions running high. Third card is communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So we have Gemini energy on the board. And then the bottom of the deck is new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. All right. I didn't come into focus, but that's okay. So your commitment is being tested, emotions are running high, communication is key. I think Collective 17, whatever it is that you're navigating right now, whatever situation that you are navigating right now, um, whatever resistance you are feeling, whatever opposition, resistance, friction you are feeling regarding your life or a specific situation or a goal or a vision or a dream, whatever you're experiencing right now, your commitment is being tested. And here's the thing, when I personally get this card, I'm always a little bit pissed. I'm always like, what the fuck? Like, why does my commitment have to be tested? Didn't I just say I want to commit? Like, why isn't me saying I want to commit to something enough? And I think the nature of a commitment is to choose something and then to release all other options in favor of this one choice. Right. And I think that requires a narrowing down of options, that requires a no. Right. And if I or you, Collective 17, are the kind of person that struggles with no, which can be a lot of things, but that's a commitment issue. Because in order to commit, you have to be able to say no, Collective 17. And when we say no to ourselves and when we say no to other people, that's a boundary, right? That's a do not cross or you cannot cross, right? And when we say no to ourselves, let's say we have an impulse, and this impulse we know objectively, hi, Marie. If we have this impulse and we know that the impulse is not good for us, then saying no, even though it doesn't feel good in the short term, is actually the thing that gets us closer to our goal, gets us closer to fulfilling that achievement. So with your commitment being tested, right, coming out, this is, I feel like, Collective 17, this is about you being able to have boundaries with yourself and boundaries with other people and staying in integrity with your no. Like your words follow your actions, right? That's what that's about, you know. If you want me to pull a card for you, let me know because I will pull a card for you. But I'm going to continue with the reading. But if you want me to pull a card for you, let me know. But yeah, so that's the thing with commitment being tested, right? And then we have emotions running high, right? Full moon. So when we have commitment being tested, your emotions are running high. The thing about emotions is that they are not particularly reliable. Our emotions can distort our perception of a situation. Our emotions can exaggerate the situation. Our emotions can get us to downplay the reality of a situation. Emotions have a very overwhelming, which is why they're associated with water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. is because water has a tendency to overwhelm, to consume, right? And emotions are likened to water. And so, in whatever area of your life you find your commitment being tested, it's also going to be okay. I would love about the day tomorrow. Okay, cool. I'm gonna finish this thought and then I'll pull a card for you. Yeah, with emotions running high, right? I just kind of feel like, again, this is about your ability to honor your boundaries or your commitments. If you are committed to work, you're going to have to say no to other things. If you're committed to a relationship, you're going to have to say no to other things. If you're committed to a specific type of diet, you're going to have to say no to other things. And your emotions or resistance could be coming from yourself. And then you would have to be able to tell yourself no because your commitment is being tested. You get what I'm saying? Cool. All right, I'm about to pull a card from Marie. Let's see what Spirit has to say for you. And then we're going to jump back into the message for Collective 17. All right. Spirit, can you speak to me about Marie's dates tomorrow? Yeah, let's get a card for her date tomorrow. Spirit, for Marie's date tomorrow. Okay. So strength came out. I think it's so funny because I'm talking about, boundaries and no, and the strength card came out. And strength is about the ability to control one's impulses and the ability to operate in self-control and to have strength, right? To tame the beast inside, right? To tame the inner animal. Anything else? Because I feel like I have a thought, but okay, that's what I get. Okay. Cool. The second two cards that came out for you, Marie, was the 10 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. I think what I get, what I kind of get is that it's important for you to keep your eye on the prize, for you to keep your eye on what you want. The 10 of Cups is like emotional fulfillment. It's the dream come true, right? It's this is what I've dreamed of, like, oh, the fucking rainbow, right? And then the 3 of Wands is about moving on and having vision and being ready for the next adventure. I get two kind of interpretations for this. One could be, if you have a connection with this person, you build a connection with this person, or you already have a connection with this person, but you kind of pick up on some red flags or you kind of get some energy or whatever, is to, lean into that. Lean into that, right? Because there could be a temptation to entertain something that isn't actually your 10 of Cups. That isn't actually the thing that you want and what you're ready to step into. I think if there is a connection there, that's what I feel. I just feel like don't jump to conclusions. I feel like don't assume if it goes really great that it's bad, not bad. If it goes really great that this is your person. I just feel like there's a need to pull that energy back and be quite objective, because you want to have objective energy so that you can observe the reality of the situation, right? And I think with the cards, the 10 of Cups and the 3 of Wands, like what you need to keep in your foresight is what you really want. Like that needs to be the measure. Like, this is what I want. And if this person isn't showing me in various ways that this is what I want, then I'm going to have self-control and I'm going to bounce. I'm going to move to the next. If this person is showing some of those things, I do think that you're still going to have self-control, but it's going to be one of those things where you objectively observe the situation and give it time to see if this person can take you in the direction that you want to go. That's what I feel for you. That's what I got for you, Miss Marie. Okay. So collective 17. So we kind of established that commitment, right? Your commitment's being tested. Emotions are running high. That we're learning to say no. We're learning to recognize that our emotions don't always tell us the truth. Our emotions can be indicators of what's happening on the inside. They can be indicators of how we really feel about something, but they can also be misleading, and we can also like drown in them. So emotions need to be acknowledged, but they also need to be directed, right? And I think that's why we have the new moon in Gemini here for you, Collective 17. I'm glad you like that. That's what the cards came out. With new moon in Gemini, Gemini is air energy, right? Gemini is about the facts. Gemini is about the figures. Gemini is about the information. Like, what do you know is true? What is it that you want? Where are your commitments? What are your desires? And you cannot let a temporary emotion get you off of what you know that you want. Remember, your commitment is being tested, right? A person could be testing your commitment. A situation could be testing your commitment. Your own fuck shit and emotions could be testing your commitment. It is your job to look at your situation, to be objective, and to acknowledge what it is that you want, what it is that you need, what are the facts around the situation, and lean into that energy. And communication is key. And I think communication is key is going to apply for a lot of people. And honestly, I think that if you know that this message applies to you, you're going to know the area in which you need to communicate. And I think communication is going to be around boundaries, because your commitment is being tested and emotions are running high. You could be involved in a situation where another person, entity, situation is overreacting and responding, and your commitment is being tested, right? And so I feel like in that case, you're going to have to use boundaries. And how do you do that? You communicate, right? I think that the new moon is igniting. It's a beginning, right? It's a start of something. It's not necessarily a release, it's an initiation. And so that means that there's a level of starting a certain type of communication so that you can maintain your commitments. And maybe that's communicating to yourself. Maybe that's you looking in the mirror, giving yourself affirmations. Like, let me tell you, and Megan Thee Stallion came out with her part 2 album, and there's a song called Number One Rule. And I was listening to that song, and I was like, I need to sing this song to myself every day in the mirror. And in this song, it says, I think women or bitches, you know how Megan be talking, don't chase D, chase P. You know what I'm saying? Dick and pussy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, because I'm coming out of this over giving, over exerting energy, right? And so affirmations and mirror work is so important to telling yourself the truth, telling yourself the tea. Like sometimes you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I am not going to fuck this person. I am not going to spend this fucking money. I am not going to sabotage this relationship. Sometimes you got to do that shit. And like, I know that sounds crazy, but this is Truthfully Tarot, and I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Sometimes you got to do that because your emotions we love our emotions, but sometimes they be doing the motherfucking most. And if you don't know how to self-regulate, you can get yourself in situations that you don't want to be in. I say that 100% talking to myself. I am Collective 17. Collective 17 is me. All right, let's get some more. Let's continue. That's what we're doing. But just know that it's a test, right? It's a test. Your commitment is being tested. Whatever situation this is, it's about you being able to stay the path, stay on course, keep the vision. And I think also with this bottom deck of new moon in Pisces, I really want meditate and contemplate. I really want you to think about your situation. Self-awareness is what comes to mind. I really want you to think about the reality of your situation, of what you want, of what you need, and what you need to do in order to maintain that. All right, Spirit, what message you got for 17? We done already got into it with 3 cards. Okay. Fuck. This is intense energy. So we have the Tower and Death. Is this not some crazy ass energy? I think some of you guys in Collective 17, you have experienced a sudden ending of some sort. And if not an ending, a massive change that felt like it came out of nowhere. With death, it can usually mean endings. It's also scorpionic energy. Scorpio's here, Gemini's here. It can mean like figurative death. It can mean like literal, but usually it means like change and transformation. So some of you guys have gone through a situation, right? Because look at the lightning coming out of nowhere, causing the building to come on fire. And then people are like these are actually some of the two scariest cards in the deck coming out right now. And that's not to scare you, right? But this energy is like some of you guys have experienced like sudden shifts, sudden transformation in situations, sudden endings, sudden like all of a sudden everything's different now. And honestly, I think this whole situation for some of you guys is your commitment to yourself being tested, your commitment to your vision, your commitment to your dream. Like some of y'all went through some crazy shit this year. And I know, I feel like I honestly really feel like I'm channeling to myself right now, but I hope you guys get something out of it. But like some of y'all in Collective 17, y'all went through some stuff this year. Y'all experienced some stuff this year and it caused massive change. And I think some of you guys are still reeling from that, still trying to like navigate the fallout from that, right? It could be a relationship that suddenly ended too for some of you guys. Tell me more, Spirit, because this is some crazy energy. Okay, but rebuilding, Knight of Pentacles. This is slow and steady wins the race. This is rebuilding from the ground up. This is establishing new from the ground of the old, right? From the ending, from the change, from the transformation, you can pick up and start to build again, because the pentacles are earth energy. Pentacles are about the physical material realm. They're about your actual time, your actual resources, what you have, the physical plane, right? And so out of the fallout of this ending, out of the fallout of this change, this shift in your circumstance, you are now being presented with the opportunity to rebuild in a way that is more in alignment with what you want. And I think also emotionally, right? Because the Queen of Cups is showing up. Bottom deck is the Lovers. Okay, let's see if it comes out. Yeah, but you guys are rebuilding from the ground up. You're rebuilding something from the ground up. If this comes, so the Devil kind of popped out, right? I'm not gonna keep it, but I think with this Tower and with this death, with something crumbling in your life, the negative or toxic things that was attached to that also is crumbling. And I think maybe for some of you guys, that's why it's been so painful and so discombobulating and so difficult, because like not only did something shift in your circumstance, some parts of you had to die that weren't necessarily serving you with this ending in order to rebuild. I'm not going to keep it, but I think it's interesting. That's for some of you guys. Now with the Queen of Cups here, this is giving me like, the Queen of Cups is very emotionally aware. She's very attuned to her feelings. Let's see what else comes out, because emotions had already came up in before. Spirit Collective 17. Okay. Bottom deck, Empress. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So we have the Queen of Cups and then we have the Page of Pentacles. So with the Page of Pentacles here, I think some of you guys are also rebuilding emotionally, right? I feel like on the one hand, you are starting to rebuild practically, physically, like materially. But on the other hand, some of you guys are rebuilding emotionally, right? Some of you guys are, sorry, I had a call coming in and it was like distracting me. Sorry. But yeah, so with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, some of you guys are rebuilding emotionally after this loss, after this shift. I honestly feel like whatever happened to you, collective 17, whatever you experienced, it really shifted you not only in your physical circumstance. For some of you, it's two separate situations because I feel like there's just a lot happening in your life right now. But for a lot of you guys, the situation has caused you to begin to rebuild yourself emotionally so that you can have the new beginning that you want with the Ace of Wands. I really do feel like for some of you guys, it's probably financial, but for other of you guys, it's like a relationship. It's a relationship because Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. There's just a lot of rebuilding in your life going on, collective 17. Because hold. Oh my God, we have the Empress, the Sun, the Magician, the Judgment, and the Ten of Pentacles. I'm telling you right now, whatever it is that you lost, you're going to get back double, triple. A judgment call has been made. You've made a decision about yourself. You've made a decision about your life. I feel like the spirit realm, and especially if you're spiritual, you have been manifesting something and you're changing your cards, you're changing your situation, you're alchemizing what has happened, and you are rebirthing and you're rebuilding your physical body. Some of you guys could be going through physical changes, but also emotionally you are rebuilding because you want a new beginning. You want a new start. And what is in the background, the Empress is attractive energy. She's in her power, right? This is not about gender. This is an energetic archetype. And the energetic archetype of the Empress is the one who is seated in her seat and she is in control and she allows life to come to her. And then she determines what gets in and what doesn't. This is a position and seat of power. Then you have the Magician, right? This is a master manifestor. This is a type of energy that takes what is in front of them and makes a way, right? And then you have the Sun, which is awareness, which can be happiness, right? This is really beautiful. Collective 17. You are so much greater than what you've been through, what people have put you through the losses that you've experienced and the lessons that you have learned. Some of y'all really been through some things. And I just want to take a moment to like acknowledge that because I so relate to that. And I just applaud you for taking the ashes of this situation, the fodder of this situation, and choosing to restructure, rebuild, reestablish yourself both physically and emotionally to prepare yourself for this new beginning. For not allowing your circumstances to dictate and determine what you do with your life. Right? Because this is phenomenal energy. That's under deck energy. The Empress, the Magician, this is you getting what you want. This is you manifesting the life that you want. This is you living in your purpose and your dreams. And let me tell you something about the shit that happens in our life, right? When shit really goes left in our life, or a relationship really goes left, or a circumstance or a situation really goes left in our life, it always can become an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to rebuild. Now, there can be mourning associated with that. There can be a lot of emotions, because again, what came out? Emotions are running high. Processing and navigating all the things that you've experienced, collective 17. You know what I'm saying? Like, I so relate to this message. I think this is the third time I've said this in this reading. I so relate to this message. Like, in some ways, I'm learning this because I was very deeply religious and I consider myself very spiritual now. And a lot of my beliefs are undergoing a significant adjustments and transformations because of what I've experienced this year, and everything about my faith and my belief in myself and in God, and people has been tested this year. And I don't know, Collective 17, I feel like you got this, that you are doing the work and that you are rebuilding. I think maybe some of you guys could be more focused on the material rebuilding over the emotional rebuilding, because we have the Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles. So some of you guys energetically could be more focused on like the material, but you are trying to rebuild, reestablish, or heal emotionally, or just become more emotionally available, right? The Queen of Cups is emotionally available. She's listening to herself. She's listening to her intuition. And when you do that, you're able to identify the new beginning, the new start. Here's the thing: when you don't listen to your emotions and when you ignore your feelings and your intuition, you miss out on what's for you. There's something about the intelligence of our bodies that tells us something. And when we listen to the combined wisdom of our bodies, it has the opportunity, the capacity to help us understand when the newness comes and how to identify it. But if you're ignoring yourself and you're ignoring your feelings and you're ignoring your stuff, then it's going to be hard to recognize the accurate and right new beginning for you. And I think a lot of this Collective 17 is you getting put on a new path and a new track or a new timeline, but one that is more aligned. And yeah, you're rebuilding from the ground up, but it's meant to be. Oh my God, it's meant to fucking be. I don't know that I believe that everything happens for a reason, but I believe that we can respond to everything that happens and we can make meaning out of that. But meant to be, I felt that was going to be the card. Bottom deck is protection. Let's see what else, Spirit. This new path, this new track, this new timeline, it was meant to be, babe. This new emotional availability was meant to be, babe. This new financial direction was meant to be, babe. Face your fears. Face your fears. Accept help. I think especially for those of my Collective 17 that can get access to therapy to help you with this emotional rebuilding, I think that that's wise. I think that if it comes to material things and you have people in your life that you trust and that you love or that you want to build with, like, accept their help. I think accept help is about acknowledging our need. Even if it's being able to acknowledge our own needs for ourselves and then meet those needs ourselves, or invite people into greater depth of relationship with us by giving them the opportunity to support us, which in turn allows us to have healthier, stronger relationships, especially with the right people. Because I feel like your whole life is being like restarted. I feel like a part of you has died, a situation has died, something in your life has died. And death is literally change, transition in every way. But this death, this change, what's coming out of it was meant to be. Acknowledge your vulnerabilities, accept help, and get support. Face your fears. Because again, remember, emotions running high came out. Anything else for Collective 17? Because this is 30 minutes. Process your feelings. I really can't make it up. I really can't make it up. Process your feelings. Bottom deck energy is take the lead. Whatever change happens, I love that this is my color, purple. I love it. Meant to be, baby. Process your feelings and meant to be. I think accepting these changes, accepting the boundaries you're going to have to put in place to facilitate these changes, to facilitate your commitment, You know what I'm saying? Process your feelings. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. We're working on our emotional health and our emotional availability so that we can facilitate new beginnings. Out of the dust and the decay of what is gone, what is changed, what is transitioned, you have the opportunity to rebuild. So I want you to be optimistic about your life, Collective 17. I want you to be optimistic about your process. You are in process. And I'm sure there's lots of heavy emotions around all of the things that have happened with process your feelings, face your fears, emotions running high, and even the Queen of Cups being present. It's okay to acknowledge all of the difficult and uncomfy, sticky feelings around everything that's happening. But parsing through these emotional entanglements helps us with clarity and helps us to be able to focus on our commitments and have the healthy boundary so that we can achieve our commitments. Communication is key. I don't know what collective I've been tapping into, but I feel like these past couple messages has been telling people to fucking open their motherfucking mouth and communicate. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what collective I've been talking to, but these last couple messages been saying the same damn thing, which is communicate. I'm gonna need you to open your mouth. I'm gonna need you to unblock that throat chakra. All right. I love you, Collective 17. Actually, let me look and see what's going on in these comments if there's been more. Oh shit. We got somebody quoting the Bible in the comments. Y'all know I went to Bible school. Y'all know I went to whole ass Bible school. I used to be like deeply religious, y'all. Like deeply religious. Quoting the Bible. Hi. Okay, John. Gemini here dealing with the Taurus. All right, what you want to know? I'll pull a card for you, John. What you want to know? All right. Spirit, can you give me a message for John, who is a Gemini, dealing with Taurus? I'm a Taurus. Oh, I'm glad you love the reading. Gemini here dealing with, I'm a Taurus. Do you like us Tauruses, or do we get on your motherfucking nerves? Because Geminis like to keep it quick. Does she care about the connection? Okay. All right, Spirit. John, who is a Gemini, who's dealing with a Taurus, and John wants to know, does the Taurus he's dealing with care about the connection? Does the Taurus John is dealing with care about the connection? I'm gonna be real with you, John. Yikes, a Taurus. we you know, we struggle with that Gemini energy. I'm not even gonna hold you, but I'm gonna keep it real. So these are the cards that came out: 9 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Yeah, we can be nice and beautiful and stubborn. I think that the Taurus that you are dealing with is stressed about the situation, stressed about the connection. I think that they're stressed about the connection, and I think that they don't know if they should stay or go emotionally. Yeah. And here's the thing, you don't stress out about something you don't care about, especially a Taurus. You're not stressing about something you don't care about. And with the 8 of Cups, I think there is an emotional connection there, which is why there's a lot of the anxiety and stress around what to do. Because I do think with the 9 of Cups being the bottom, it's like there is something about this connection to this Taurus that is like satisfying, that feels good, that they like. But there are other things about the connection that is causing stress. Let me see. Commitment. The Hierophant, commitment. John, do you want commitment with this Taurus? Do you want commitment with this Taurus? Something about commitment is stressing the Taurus out. Because let me tell you, the Hierophant is Taurus energy anyway. Okay, maybe. Let me tell maybe. Now look, John, I'm gonna keep it real. This is Truthfully Tarot. If she don't know, I don't know if it's a she, but if a she, yes, you said she. If she don't know, okay. Tauruses need stability. Tauruses need reliability. Tauruses need a certain level of consistency, right? Like that's what Taurus needs in general. Like that's if that's her sun sign, which I'm assuming that it is. My sun is in Taurus as well. Now she can have other placements that could make her less, whatever. But like Tauruses on a fundamental level need reliability. They need a certain level of consistency and they need a certain level of like, I know how things are going to go in order for them to invest and commit, right? And if she is picking up from you any kind of instability, any kind of back and forth, which Geminis are known for, it's going to be very hard for her to feel secure in your connection, which could be why she's stressed if she should stay or she could go. Something around commitment. Here's the thing, like love is important. Love is important. I want people who are in romantic relationships to be in love with each other. But I have loved men who did not make me feel safe and stable. And it was very anxiety inducing being in relationship with them. And I think that those people loved me too, but there are things that you fundamentally need to stay in healthy connection with someone. And if those needs aren't getting met, then love is just a component of the relationship, but not everything. So I hope that helps. I hope that provide a little bit of context or clarity in some way, because that's kind of what I'm feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, that's what I want. Like I want to hopefully provide some type of clarity and just kind of provide perspective. So, and I'll be doing these all the time, honestly. So y'all come on and come back and we can talk and I'll pull cards for y'all. It's all good. All right, guys. I love ya and peace out. And hopefully I will see you soon.